If you wanna play, make it about a place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside your mind. You'll find inspiration. All I'm saying is you can do it. I wanna hear you say, I am.
Hi, this is Mary from Mary's Stamping Happenings, and today is Tips and Techniques Tuesday. And what we're going to be showing you today is we're going to be showing you how to make a rosette and a little ornament with that rosette. This has gotten really easy since Stampin' Up! Came up with the die, or Sizzix came up with the die, the Bigz designer rosette die. You can do probably almost any size rosette. It's 12 inches, so our 12 inches designer series paper works fine. And its across is about 4 3/4 inches. But I'll show you a way to do this. This rosette right here is just a little over 4 inches across. And to do that, you need to start with paper 2 inches. Now, if you had a 1-inch paper and you need 2 strips, you would make a 2-inch rosette. If you had a 3-inch paper, 2 of them, you would make a 6-inch rosette. So it doubles the size of your designer series paper. So what I did was I took a bunch of 4 by 12 inch sheets and I cut them in half, making them 2 by 12. And then what I did was I would run both of them through the rosette die. And I didn't want the little points or the little scallops, so I just kept them right like that. And it's just a little under 12 inches, so you'll get just a little. You can see where my tags are, where I have to have it stretched out to make it. So that's how I do it. And then I'd run this through the big shot. And then you come up with one of these with the score lines in it. And what you do then is accordion fold it. And then what I did was I would take a piece of sticky strip and I would put that on the inside of one of the ends. And then I would stick that to the other end, overlapping it. You don't want to abut it, you want to overlap it so it's a little bit stronger. And how I do that is I take the one with the sticky strip and put it right in that, and then put it in that little crevice and then move it right up. And there you got one that's a little less than 24 inches. I'll then do a sticky strip on that end again, on one of the ends, and I'm going to again overlap this. Just like that. Butt that up right there on that, and just do it like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice a little, because the more you practice, the more the paper gets ready to do it. You just gather it all up and stick it down just like this. And you do that a couple of times, and this may be the hardest part because sometimes it's just really hard to get them down. But what you want is to get them something like this. And then the most important thing is to have your craft mat. Can't do it without your craft mat. So what I'm going to do, now you can do it one of 2 ways. You can have a little scallop there, and you can put the scallop down and then put a dollop of hot glue there and then glue it. I like to do that because then the back side isn't so messy. But how I did this one is a little bit differently, and I'll show you. So you don't have to use a lot of paper. I'm just going to put a dollop of hot glue there. And I'm going to use this side out. Now you could use either side of the paper out, but I'm going to use this side out. I just like this. And again, I'm just going to bring it in, scoop up that glue, and I'm going to sit here and wait for a little bit. I found that the cooler hot glue, I know it says it's hot glue, but there's a cold hot glue and a hot glue. The colder one takes a little longer to dry or to set up. So you don't want to, see how it pops out? You don't want to let go of that too soon. I have found what works really well, if you're going to do a lot of these, get a couple of ice cubes in a Ziploc bag, and then what you can do is you can just hold it, lift it up, put the Ziploc bag underneath that with the ice on it, and it really sets up really fast. But we're just going to sit here. Now you can do a lot of things. You can put these on cards. They're really hard to mail though if you do put them on cards. You can make them as tags or decorations on gifts. I use these a lot when I make my journals because people really like to have the flowers. You can decorate them on top. You can put buttons on top. You can put punch outs. You can put ribbon. You can put a lot of things on top to make it stand out. I'll show you what I'm going to do with this one. So we've got it. Nope, still pushing it away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of red, real red scrap paper. Now I took this, the back is going to be out the 2 3/8 inch scallop, and the back is just, out of the Joyful Christmas, I think it's Joyful Christmas set, I just put Joyful Christmas Wishes, and that's going to be on the back. But on the front, I'm just going to use the large scallop punch. That's set up pretty well. And I'm just going to punch that out. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of the crochet trim, the 5/8 inch crochet trim, and I'm going to make my bunny ear bow just like this. And I like making the bunny ear bow because then it lies fairly, I've got to get it a little bit bigger. It lies fairly flat if you make the bunny ear bow. And that's the 2 bunny ears, see? Like that. And then you just tie the knot with the bunny ears. And then what I'll do is I will just cut that off. And you've got a really nice little bow there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take one of the large rhinestones, and I'm just going to put a dollop, and here's what's so great about the craft mat. I'm going to peel this off. You saw the hot glue, there's the hot glue. I peeled it right off. And I'm going to just put a little bit of a hot glue right there. Not a lot, because the glue dot on this doesn't really stick well on the ribbon. So I'm just going to put that there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little more. Now you don't want to put a lot of hot glue on there because it will melt the hot glue that is already over there. You just want to put a little bit of hot glue over that hot glue. Line this up in the middle, just like that. Put it down. Now see, that's a nice rosette as it is, isn't it? And then I'm going to put another little bit of hot glue right there. And I'm going to put our bow right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our stamped piece and I'm going to find what is the upper middle. And I'm going to line this up and put that right in the middle on our grid paper because you can see through it on the craft mat. And then I'm going to take a piece of the silver 1/8 inch ribbon, about that much, And what I'm going to do then is, again, I'm going to put a dollop of hot glue and run a little bit up there so it catches the ribbon. And I'm going to put the ribbon right there. Put a little bit more hot glue. And again, I want to keep it lined up. A little more hot glue. And now this is the tricky part. You want to center that. That's why I try to line that up in the middle so I can line the sides up. And there I go. And you have a rosette ornament. And you could put to and from on the back of this and use it as a tag. You can put from our house to your house, whatever sentiment you want. But there's a nice little ornament for Merry Stamping Happening. Happy stamping and thanks for visiting.
Hey, if you wanna play, make it about a place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the